Hey guys, this is Maverick and I am Kayla. And welcome back for the second episode of the SurferCat Method Training vlog. We hope that you'll check out other videos on leash training and also on poisonous flowers that are available. If you want to see this entire vlog, you'll find it on our website, which is SurferCat.com. We hope that you'll visit us there. Say hi, Mavi. Hi. So getting right into holding position, if you guys appreciate this video, I would love it if you would take a screenshot of any point of the video and post it to your story. Hey guys, happy Sunday fun day. We are putting holding position. It's definitely coming in handy. We're heading down to the Roosevelt pool for a little bit of R&R. Might have a brewski. Maggie's seeing all the birds. He's pretty excited. We'll see you there. So holding position makes life a reality, especially when you have groceries and bags. Tonight we're going to the Roosevelt. Maddie, say hi to your friends. Say hi, Maddie. So for holding position, the reason that I created the SurferCat holding position is because I wanted somewhere that was comfortable for a kitty to go en route. So primarily we use holding position when we're going from point A to point B. And it allows us to comfortably have control. You guys have seen from my story, I'll have bags, purses, the SurferCat bag, all sorts of things with me, and it really allows to have a functional life where you can take your cat in and out. It helps out greatly when we're packing in boxes and groceries as well. So the first step to SurferCat method holding position is you want to think of your arm as a tree branch, and you want to feather your fingers with 3 on one side and the 2 paws being separated by your index finger. That gives them stability. Now, some variations, people will allow the cat to hang like that, not the most comfortable position. So you want to try to sit in this position. Now with the back portion, depending on your cat's comfortability, you can sway the tail from one side to the other, depending on whatever gives them better balance. But you want to split the legs over your arm. The first couple of times you do this, maybe even the first week or 2, you want to do it with a sweatshirt or a jacket so that you can protect yourself from your cat's claws. But eventually they settle in. It actually reminds them of their roots when they would hang out on tree branches, much like this. Now, as you're doing it, a lot of people are having issues, and so I'm getting a lot of questions, which is a good reason why I made this video, because I just wanted to answer everybody's questions all at once. So when your cat is a little bit squirmy, the best thing to do is movement. So you want to be walking around. For the first few times, kitty will be really loving their new point of view. Their POV now is higher, more human-like. You can see him perk up already. He's like, look, I'm seeing things from a different angle, because he's used to being in the house from his angle. So if you keep that movement, you're gonna distract them from trying to squirm out. Now, another helpful tip is bouncing. So anyone with children knows that when you have a baby, you put them in your arm and you bounce them. So if you're walking and bouncing, this really, really helps to keep kitty engaged and not trying to fight or break away. Also, I would say consistency is a huge, huge component. So you want to do it every single day if you possibly can, just for 10 minutes. You will notice that your cat will start to adapt to it, and the SurferCat holding position will become a regular thing for you. Now you want to anchor, because you do have, he's 9 pounds already. We anticipate he'll be around 11 or 12 pounds. And for bigger cats, a lot of people are like, that absolutely will not work. But, of course it depends on your level of strength, but you want to anchor that elbow into your hip to allow for it. And if you find that your arm's weak at first, you can also help stabilize it with your second arm. So when you begin your SurferCat holding position training, you definitely want to have a minimal harness on. we get a lot of questions from a lot of people having trouble with socializing, and oftentimes we'll find that they have a jacket harness or a bulky breastplate harness, and while they're beautiful, well, we could easily offer those on our website as one of our training products, we choose not to, because we find that the more minimal the harness, the easier it is for kitty to adapt to training. It really just psychologically allows your cat to feel free, and if they are free to have all of their senses, their confidence is at a high, and if their confidence is at a high, that translates into successful training. Another question that we get a lot with the SurferCat holding position training is that when kitty gets squirmy and you're out and about, what can you do? So we find, he's very docile right now because I woke him up from a nap, that if you just massage kitty here or under the chin as they're squirming, this will remind them of when their mother would carry them. And so it really has a calming effect, and you just keep petting. It's like a rough sort of pet, pinching the skin, but not hard at all, just more of a pet. And see him, he sort of goes into a trance, and that can calm kitty when you're in one of those situations. Again, it's very important to remember that you have to crawl before you walk, you have to walk before you run. So in the beginning, you're gonna wanna wear a sweatshirt, maybe even a blanket, depending on how scared your kitty is in the situations. Then you can graduate up to a bare arm like I have, and then eventually, like you see in our stories, actually functionally using holding position in your everyday life for your to and from. I love it best, again, as I said, going from the house to the car, because I know that I have him safe and I have my arms free for other things. But we use it often for other things too, especially when he says hello to new people. If we encounter dogs, I pick him up very quickly and put him into holding position number 2, so that if I need to, as rough as it sounds, I'm able to give a dog a knee if it jumps on me, because at the end of the day, it's about my kitty's safety. And some of the times, if it's a smaller dog, I put him into standard holding position, anchor, and then I allow myself to sort of protect him. And he really notices it. He settles in. He doesn't try to climb up me when he sees dogs. I mean, Maverick is very friendly with dogs, but there are those aggressive dogs that you encounter off leash when you're on the trail or out and about. And so it's nice to sort of have this position to retreat to. When we created the SurferCat holding position, I would say it was pretty much life-changing, and I think that's why everyone's reacting so positively to wanting to incorporate it into their training as well. So again, we would love it so much if you guys will screenshot this video if you intend to use some of our training tips, if you'll mention us, because every bit helps so that we can keep these videos going. We're gonna start using the hashtag SurferCat Method Training. So if you're utilizing or inspired by any of our training, if you could please use that hashtag, that would help as well. We can get the SurferCat Method Training out and try to help change the lives of some kitties that were predominantly indoors, can now go outdoors. And then even one step further, we're really gonna make a big push with the SurferCat Mav training bag. And this SurferCat Method training bag is gonna allow you to take your cat to cafes, to bars, to patio restaurants. And I'm really passionate about this because this is what we get the most excited about with Maverick. So with the bag, why we're different than your standard backpack or your stroller is kitty is not restrained. So I see a lot of people purchasing the backpacks, which is great. I'm happy to see the kitties getting outside. But the backpack, you shove the cat in, you take it into a public place, it's forced. With our bag training, everything starts at home and the bag is completely open. So by the time you're out at those cafes and restaurants, you're literally walking around in the bag with kitty's head poked out. So I'm gonna show you guys Titten because I know a lot of people don't believe that this is possible unless you have a Bengal or unless you start with a kitten. So I'll get to that and then we'll circle back and show you guys a little bit more of the SurferCat Method bag. We're back and we have Titten. So those of you that don't know Titten, she frequents Maverick's stories quite often. She's his big sister. She's a tabby mix rescue that's nearly 15 years old. And we've just recently taught her holding position. I do wish I would have taught her it sooner, but I wanted to show this because it's really important to me to show people that, you can see she's not as good as him. So I start the bouncing when she starts the moving, to show that you can do this with any cat. It just takes a little bit of commitment, a little bit of time, and it's so rewarding to have this position to fall back on. Say hi, Titten. So as you guys have seen from our stories, the SurferCat Method Bag is generally topless. It obviously does have a top if you decide to put it on. And it allows you to take Kitty out in sort of a more balanced and trained method. I think that it's superior to the backpack in the sense that Kitty can actually socialize and be a part of everything that's going on. It has a tether strap, if I can locate it in here, oh right here, that you use to connect to Kitty's harness, and so then that way your Kitty is actually held into the bag. But it starts with a lot of training. If you've seen also from our stories that the bag also houses a travel litter box that is self-contained and clean and convenient. And I will say, without this bag training, like, it wouldn't be possible for us to frequent the cafes and restaurants that we do, because just having that peace of mind, I'd hate to be in the middle of dinner or a coffee and I know he needs to use the restroom. It's just inhumane in that sense. Our bag also is a soft bag, so it melts to your hip, so that when you're walking you don't have any bouncing, which a lot of people have questions about. I also love it for hiking. I'll lengthen this, but for the case of the video, it'll be a little bit higher. You just go over your head and then you have it as a breastplate for hikes.
Just hiked about 4 miles. Total vert. Just hanging out on Hollywood Boulevard.
Which is really great because Kitty's in front of me instead of like a backpack where he's behind me. And he just loves to sort of have this new POV as well and hang out. So we hope that you guys enjoy holding position and that you guys will DM us any questions that you have and we can sort of share those with the community. And as you push forward with your training, we hope that you'll consider the SurferCat Method Bag, which comes with private training videos as well. And cheers! Have a great one, guys.